So you want to know, is now a good or bad time to buy a home? Well, on this month's Denver Metro housing market update, you'll be the first to know on exactly what is happening with prices, inventory. So then that way you have a better understanding of what are buyers and sellers doing right now to see the benefit for you to either transact or potentially wait. Taking time to learn about the market is much better than trying to time it. So let's dive right in to what is happening this month in the Denver metro area. Well, thanks for sticking around. Let's cover the main points, which is the median closed price of homes did drop 1.3% month over month from 622,000 down to 615,000. Now remember, we've projected that month over month we would see some depreciation of home values due to the rise of inventory. Now, as we start looking at year over year, we're still up 3%. So home value being 598,000 this time last year compared to the 615,000. You have to remember that a lot of that is directly correlated to what happens with inventory. And inventory, obviously we have that of supply or just the available inventory. But as you look at active listings, meaning the listings that are actively on the market, we dropped 20% in 1 month. So a lot of the homes that were sitting, bringing the prices down a little bit because there was so much availability and sellers were reacting to this kind of changing market of rising interest rates and lack of buyer demand, as a lot of people made decisions to get their home sold at a lower value, which brought that median value down. But now what you're starting to see is we saw a 20% decrease from 7,300 active listings to only 5,900 now, which, as you couple that with new listings, meaning new listings coming to the market at only 2,500, is down 30% from where we were this time last month. So again, some key things to think about that lead to, well, then what will happen next? And unfortunately, for some people are looking to get an amazing deal. What I mean by that is in a seller's market, taking advantage of sellers' emotions and really taking advantage of a market condition during the time of a correction, is that period has probably gotten past us. So those that did get out, great job. Those that were still waiting, I hope it was intentionally. If it's not, and now you're learning more, that's why it's important to get out there and start moving forward in the desire of buying or selling if that's something you want to do over the next year. And then as you follow the market with your real estate professional, you'll know when the right time is. And I'll give you an example, is that our last couple months, it may have not been the right time. But for the first month now, we are seeing from November to that of what was happening in October, we dropped 20% in months of inventory month over month, meaning that we are at 1.5 months of inventory now. And that number's down from the continued rise upward that got us to 1.8 the prior month. So for the first time, we have now seen this correction bring inventory back down, which is a very healthy indicator for home prices remaining stable and over time continue to follow what is most likely the rate of appreciation again, especially as you see seasonality. We're going to start lowering the amount of new listings coming to the market. And as these old listings go under contract or withdrawn, you're going to start to see a lack of inventory. And as rates start to go down, which a lot of the projections, and you've seen the last week, almost a full percent, we're going to start seeing more demand again, which makes it a common market for sellers. And in a seller's market, there's less advantage for a buyer. So as you start looking at average days in the MLS to close out with the last two facts, is that we went up from 28 days on market last month to this month, 33 days was the average in the MLS. So imagine if you want an average result, plan on about 30 days of marketing before your home gets under contract. That's also a good way to gauge when should you start this process, is that would be easily 2 months before you would even close from the day that you put it on the market to the closing day. Now, as you start looking at the close price to list price, this one was interesting. We know across the nation, we've been seeing a lot of price reductions, but locally, we were at 98.8%. Remember, at the beginning of the year, we were at 107%, meaning 7% over list price was the norm or average, whereas now the average is 98.4. So as you're strategically setting that price, 33 days on average, and most likely 1.5% below whatever that list price was that you set it, should be the average and or the strategy on how you're using data to communicate with your real estate professional. And as always, a local market expert and having the opportunity to consult the top 1% of teams all across the world, reach out to me. If you want to schedule a strategy review, I'll connect you with the best agents to help guide you through what's happening in your market, so that way you can always make a great decision around what should I do in real estate. But what you don't want to do is just wait based off what you're hearing in the headlines, because as you're seeing, good correction is happening, and what we needed to do to slow down the rate of appreciation, it did occur. Maybe not the way everybody wanted, but we are seeing good signs of the decisions we make are leading to the results we wanted. Might not be that you were right, but getting the right result is what matters. So from me to you, I hope that this month's First to Know Denver Metro local housing market helps you stay current on what matters with real estate, so that way you can make the best decision for you and your family. Justin Martin, and I'll talk to you next month.